I think we're live, so let me know in the chat if we are, and that you can hear me okay and everything like that. Just before we begin. Yeah, you can hear me, yeah? All right, guys, welcome to the stream. It's not just going to be me. There will be, I'm going to get a guest on later, hopefully. Maybe two, depends. But thanks all for tuning in to this 100th episode of our Bossk Bounty. It's not really, that's a Q&A really. I mean, we will do some Q&A in the questions, but just wanted to talk to you guys really, do a bit of a live stream instead. I did put out a question in last week's episode on who wanted it to be live or pre-recorded, and everyone said do a live stream, so here I am. So thanks very much, everybody. I'm just going to go through the chat to see who's here, because there's like so many comments already. I don't know if I can go all the way back. GA, I think that was at 7:45. But hi there, mate. Purple Yoda. Des. Hi there, mate. How are you? Cisco Deer. We've got Straight Out of Coruscant. I love that name. How you doing, my friend? Steve Dillon. You can hear me, can't you? Yeah, good. All right, thank you. We have Only One Kenobi. I can see you are there. We have Owen Brown. Hi there, my friend. Shakes the Clone. Lots of familiar faces, which is awesome. Dave Satine. How are you doing? Rorian. Starkiller. How you doing, my friend? And Daniel Chart. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? You all right, mate? Darth Kenobi. Gary Moore, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Yeah, we've got, crikey, there's loads of people in here already. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Mark Simmons, how you doing? Delvian, how you doing, my friend? Rob Chewbacca. Chat, put the likes in there for Bossk 100. Yeah, hit that like button if you don't mind. Disappearing one. Lil Pookie, how you doing, my friend? Some of these names, I've got to thank you all. I mean, some of you guys, you know, I recognize your names from way back. So I've been doing this about 4.5 years now, I guess. So to have the familiar names still around, that's awesome. So yeah, happy 100. So thanks for that. Chief Chirper. Thanks, Chris. How you doing, my friend? We'll have to get you on again soon. I haven't spoken to you for ages. Blacked Out Ewoks, the legend that is. Carl Jones, Trenton Dobson, thank you so much. David Felix. Rodrigo Zarate. Saucy Boy Studios, how you doing, my friend? Chris Rooks. Really sorry, I'm not going to be able to keep up with this. Chris Rooks. Admiral Akbar Mash. Jeff Morris. Yeah, 100 episodes. It's like, I'm not going to lie, those Sunday episodes, they take up a chunk of time to do, but I love doing them because it's like a really good way of like communicating with you guys, getting you involved with the channel and all that kind of stuff. So let's see who else we've got here. John Charlton, how you doing, my friend? Matt, we'll see you in a bit. I'm going to get Matt on in a bit. Just someone to talk to, really. But no, I'm joking. I want to get Matt on because Matt is very close to 1,000 subscribers. So I really want to get Matt, Universal Collector. I want to get him to 1,000 subscribers. He really deserves it. So good friend of mine. So let's get him to 1,000. The Rue, Gareth's Geek Retreat, Heath Smith, Tim Cannon, Josh Butt, Andrew Hills, Bradley Harvey, how you doing, my friend? Paul, thanks very much for helping me out with that article about the helmets the other day. That was awesome because you're the expert with the Star Wars helmets. I'm not a massive expert with that kind of stuff, but I did need the article for the website. So thanks very much. That'll go live in a few days when I can be bothered to upload it, basically. Scout Bricks, Popper Fett. Hit the like, gents. Thank you, Rob, again. Yeah. Just Capster, how you doing, my friend? And Tim Cannon. Right, I'm all caught up. So if you want to ask me a question for this week's episode of Bossk Bounty, you can go ahead. Let me know your thoughts about the PulseCon, what you're looking forward to, what you're hoping that they reveal. I've got some ideas of what I hope that they reveal. So yeah, but first of all, just to do a bit of an unboxing, live unboxing. This was sent to me by a good friend called Andy, who runs a channel called the Holo Chronicles. So again, if you haven't subscribed to the Holo Chronicles, you should do so. They do an awesome, like, sort of podcast style show on their channel. Josh and Andy, awesome guys. And yeah, this arrived to my PO box, and I had no idea it was coming. But I know it's from because it says Andy on there. So I did slice it open, and yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look, shall we? There's a little note at the bottom. Hey Tim, this is from the Red 5 guys. I'm just the messenger. Take care, Andy. Okay, Red 5. Well, it's funny you should say that, actually, because I do have a little bit of a plug for you guys in a second. So, oh wow, this is awesome. So this is a Geeky Tickies, I think it's pronounced, and that is Bossk. And I've always wanted one of these, but I never knew you could get these in the UK. I searched for ages in the UK to get one of these, and there was once upon a time a retailer in the UK who went under and stole everyone's money, and he messaged me saying, "Oh, I can get those," and it's a good job I didn't order it through him, isn't it? Really, but yeah, there it is. That's awesome. So thanks to Gianni and Greg from Read 5. Read 5, if you didn't know already, if you're into your vintage Star Wars figures, which I am big time. I love my vintage Star Wars as well as my modern, as you can see. But if you are into your vintage Star Wars, then they are creating an amazing book, which will. It's so much information in this book. Basically, it's going to be the Bible for all of your card backs, all of your variant figures, anything Kenner related, basically. So what figures came on, what card backs with what accessory and all that kind of cool stuff. And let me just bring up the, let me see if I can share my screen. So share the screen quickly, and I will share a tab, I think. There we go. So hopefully you can see that. So this is their Kickstarter. And as you can see there, it's the most in-depth guide to the original Kenner Star Wars action figures. Now, I've backed it. I backed it ages ago. I had them on a show on a live stream a long, long time ago. The book has been slightly delayed, but that's because they've added like over 100 extra pages because of people's requests and the amount of detail that they've wanted to go into and stuff like that. So if I just go down, you'll just see some of the, hopefully some of the pages. They're including the Ewoks and the droids. So there's some of the photography. It's a huge book. It's going to be like a huge, like, coffee table book. And there's just an example there of one of the pages. So there you go. That's the C-3PO card. Loads of information on the cards, what offers came with what cards, all that kind of stuff. So this is, you know, it's the definitive book on the vintage Kenner card backs and figures. So yeah, you've only got until, I believe, the very beginning of November to back this book now. So if you don't do it now, then unfortunately you won't be able to get it, and that'll be a shame. So let me just stop sharing that screen, and there you go. Right, all right, so let's have a chat with you guys in the chat. That was just a little plug for that book, because it's such an amazing book. Well, I haven't got it yet, but I know it's going to be an amazing book. All right, so you can trust me, it's going to be a decent book. Here we go. Question: did you have any last 17 figures as a kid? Yes, I did. I remember in my local Tesco's, the last 17 figures went on sale in 1985. So I would have been 9, 10, around that age. So I didn't really play with them for long after having them, really, because I got into like skateboarding and stuff like that. But yeah, I remember buying them. I remember buying Luke, Stormtrooper, R2-D2 pop-up, General Lando. I never got a yak face. I never had Barada, but I had most of the other ones. So yeah. Mando Mike, how you doing, my friend? The Tiki God. Yeah, so thank you for that, Gianni. That's really kind of you, mate. That's awesome. I've always wanted one of these, so yeah, that's awesome. And I guess you had to get Andy to send it over because maybe they only do them in the States, which is why I've never been able to get one over here. Hasbro Pulse's premium has screwed us. So is this about the fact that you can't order Star Wars early, right? It's going to go on sale at the same time for everyone. There is that, but I think the good thing is that they're limiting it to 1 per customer as well. Although I would prefer if it is 2 per customer, because if you wanted this Emperor, for example, and you wanted to keep one boxed and open one, then it would have been nice to be able to order 2. But at least if they're restricting it to 1, that at least most hopefully will be able to get one. I'm ordering the Red 5 book before the end of the month. Definitely. Yep. You will not be disappointed when it arrives. Believe me. I cannot wait for it. Zoltan says, I hope we get an Endor bunker playset next year. Let's see on Saturday. Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love an Endor bunker, especially with all the Endor figures that we've been getting recently. I think the Star Wars stuff on Pulse is going to be on the Friday. So, if you're waiting for the Saturday, don't miss the Friday, because the Star Wars stuff is on the Friday. Didn't you ever rate the Hasbro Disney Rogue One figures? They weren't classic Kenner, but some of them weren't bad. So you mean the 5 POA figures? Yeah, they're brilliant. They're brilliant figures. They're just, I prefer them in the vintage collection. We've got some of them, but there's loads in that line that we could do with, like the Mud Troopers, Han and Mud Trooper, things like that. What am I talking about? That's Solo, isn't it? Solo figures as well as Rogue One. There's loads. Let's have a look. But yeah, I did buy all the 5 POA. It's just they're not here. They're in boxes and stuff, because I'd rather display the super articulated stuff. Do you think we'll get a first look at the Navarro Cantina playset? I think we probably will. Yeah. I'm hoping we will anyway. I think that's one of the pipeline things. So hopefully we will. We all kind of know what scene it's set on. So hopefully we will get to see it. And then hopefully we'll get even more pipeline stuff as well. I have heard like a little rumor going around that vintage collection people will not be disappointed. What that means, I don't know, but I think we can expect to, as the other live streams that we've had over the last few months, we definitely haven't been disappointed, right? We've been pretty spoiled. And I think PulseCon, we can look forward to PulseCon. So let's hope that's true. Will we ever get the Rebels crew in TVC? I get asked this a lot, like pretty much every week I get asked this, and I just think that it's like past, it's gone. Rebels came out in what, 2015, I want to say, probably around then. Vintage collection didn't come back till 2018. So it's like 3 years gone. It's in the past. And I know the Black Series have had them. But I think it's one of those things. It's like if they do one, then they've kind of got to do them all. And it's a lot of budget to go on, new tooling budget to go on like 5 or 6 figures. So you've got to ask yourself, really, would you prefer the 5 figures from Rebels, or would you prefer 5 new figures from Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, and the Kenobi show, for example? In that year, what would you prefer? And I think it just comes down to that they can't get the slots. They haven't got enough slots. I mean, I would love them. I think a lot of people would love them. But yeah, I just think that ship has sailed. I think like if Ezra or something is going to be in one of the live actions, which he's rumored to be, I think he's supposed to be in Ahsoka, I think. So if he's going to be in Ahsoka live action in 2023, then you'll probably see Ezra in the vintage collection then, but as like a realistic looking one, you know. Will Hasbro be packing in all the instruments with Figure and Dan? We don't know. We haven't seen that yet. I doubt it. I think you'll probably get the one, maybe two, and then hopefully if they do like a pack, you know, like they've done with the Stormtrooper, maybe if you get 4 of the band or 5 of the band in one of those with all the weapons, because essentially it'll be the same sculpt for each band member, and then they just give you the weapons. But it's a good way of selling lots of those figures. So, and I'd imagine they've probably had to spend a bit of money on new tooling for that figure, so it'll be a good way of like reaping some of the benefits, some of the money back that they've spent, return on investment and all that, you know. Yeah, the book does look great. Wow. Here we go. This is not an Antomeric in sight for over 100 miles. Is there any source you know of to get the vehicle character without laying eBay prices? Well, I mean, I can only follow what I'm seeing over in the States on Instagram and stuff, and they're starting to show up. And I think Jason from Yakface posted a link to Target that they were back up for sale online. I can't imagine that they haven't like produced these in limited numbers. I think, you know, you just got to be a bit patient and they'll hopefully start showing up. And then they'll probably show up in some discount store for $50 or whatever. Hi there, mate. 90s, 80s and Star Wars guy. Yeah, the book's fantastic, man. 5th of November is the last day for pre-orders of the book. Thanks for that. Daniel Top, did you manage to secure a pre-order for the Stormtrooper 4-pack? I know someone who didn't. I did, luckily. Yes, I did. I was one of the lucky ones. Is Hasbro aware that some fans want never-before-made OT figures for retro collection? Yeah, I think they are. The thing is with the retro collection is that I think they were only ever planning to do that one wave. It was like a little sort of experiment, really, because they've done that before. They've released retools of those classic figures before in the Power of the Force. There was like a 4-pack or something, and basically none of the fans, all the fans kicked off about it. You know, the people that were collecting the vintage ones, and they didn't do it again. So it's taken this long for them to do it again, and they tried it with on those classic card backs. People went mental for them, so they had to do a second wave, and I think it's just morphed into this thing where they're doing the Mandalorian characters, and I think they're very aware that people would like, you know, like Tarkin, for example. I mean, me personally, I would like them to make figures that we never had to go with the ones that we've already got. I don't need another Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Leia. You know, I've got all those. I don't need them again, but I realize there are people out there that do. So, but they will be concentrating on the new media without a doubt, because, you know, the Mandalorian's hot, isn't it? So they're just going to ride that train until it runs out. What's your favorite Black Series figure in hand so far this year? I haven't really bought many this year, I've got to be honest. Just trying to think of what ones I have bought. Probably the Fett, probably the Boba Fett. I did buy that and I reviewed that. So obviously it's a good Fett, but I prefer the 3.75 one. I'm very well, Horror Fan. Thank you so much for coming along, buddy. You're always in my comments, which I really, really appreciate, you know. What made you want to start a YouTube channel, and did you ever think it would be this successful? Congrats on the 100th episode and 18k subs. So basically I started with a website. My website is www.bosksbounty.com, and I did that because I wanted to, like, I'm into websites, it's my job, and I wanted something to do at home, like a project for myself to you know, practice my website skills, basically. And I thought, well, the only thing I really know anything about and like and you know is Star Wars. And I was looking at other websites and thought, well, I can do something similar. And then the YouTube thing just sort of came as like an extension for that. And if you're asking me did I ever think I'd get to 18,000 subscribers? The answer is no, of course. But saying that, I don't do things half-heartedly. Like if I'm going to do something, then I'll try and do it properly to the best of my ability. And then if you look at the early videos, they're very, very poor. But everyone starts off like that, don't they? And some people might say that my videos now are poor compared to some other people, like, I don't know, like Toy Galaxy or something, you know, the professionals. But yeah, you've got to start somewhere and you've got to learn as you go. But no, I didn't ever think it would reach 18,000. It's crazy. I'm probably so far out of the chat. Shout out Jeff Grosso. Yep, that was my first proper deck. Jeff Grosso with the Coca-Cola. Awesome. Tim Cannon, what do you think of the high prices of Antop Merrick figure on eBay? Just goes with the territory, unfortunately. A lot of people would, you know, buy that vehicle knowing that they can sell the figure. I'm going to be honest with you. I bought two. One I bought through import on in-demand toys, which cost me more than retail. Got the review out, opened the figure because I've always wanted the figure loose. But then, of course, I do want one carded. So when they came out for normal sale on in-demand toys, I bought another one. But I've sold, I don't need two X-Wings. So I've sold one of the X-Wings, but I sold it for what I think I sold it for £66 posted, which, you know, values the figure at, you know, £80, like £70 or something, because they're £130 or something, you know, these things. So I probably took a hit on the thing, but I wanted to give someone a fair price that wanted the ship and wasn't really too concerned about the figure. So so it just goes with the territory, unfortunately. Another room tour. Yeah. Well, it's changed quite a bit, but it's the same room. But yeah, I will do another one probably the end of this year, because then it'll be about a year since I did one of those. I think too many room tours, like an actual video dedicated to a room tour, I think too many of those is a bit overkill. So what three figures not yet made from films 4 to 6 are you most after? 4 to 6, so the original trilogy. Man, that's putting me on the spot. There's certain ones that I would love, like the Tonic sisters from the Cantina. I would love them to do like an updated Garandan and put him on a vintage card. I know my buddy Only One Kenobi would love him as well. He would be awesome. I can just picture the card back now. It'd just be superb. I'll pick one from each. Yeah. So Empire. God. Never made. Well, an Ugnaught, I guess. I mean, that's been made before, but we need an Ugnaught to go with this and the layer that we've got recently. This, by the way, is an amazing figure. You know, if these are on your pegs in wherever you are and you haven't got one, you should get one. And then Jedi, probably one of the Jabba's goons, or Velkin Tazeri. There you go, the final guy that we need for the skiff, for the prisoner skiff. Who made those custom Tonic sisters on Kenner cards? Well, these were actually given to me by GA. He's in the chat. So he will probably have to answer that for you, because I don't know if it's one of these ones that's got on here who they're made by. But they're awesome. So thank you, GA. But maybe if he's still in the chat, he can answer that further down. I think I'm just going to have to like flick through it a bit. I'm really sorry, guys, because otherwise I'm just never gonna catch up. Any TVC predictions or guesses? I'm excited. I really don't know. I mean, I'm hoping we'll see some of the, like, we got that retro collection, right? So I'm hoping that we'll see like re-armored Boba Fett or something, or you know, live action Ahsoka, because we've seen those card backs now. We know they're going to come in the vintage collection, so I'd love to see those. That'd be cool. Did you ever have any stand-in figures growing up? I used to use both the Rebel Soldier as Hoth Luke and one of my, the Rebel Soldier was, that I'm exactly the same. Yeah, until I got Hoth Luke, he was the one, wasn't he? I used to have like Action Force figures, which were quite similar to Star Wars figures at the time, and I used to just play all in one thing, really. Can you tell me how to straighten bent accessories? Accessories, right? Heavy books you want for card backs. So accessories, what you want to do is put them in really hot water, bend them into the shape that you want, i.e. straight, and then quickly put them in cold water, and then it should stay like that. That's what I do anyway. Although the new accessories recently for vintage collection are so bendy that I'm not even sure you're going to be able to do that. I think it's IG-11's blaster. It's so bendy, you know. What non-canon character would you like to see made? Non-canon. Is Jedi Fallen Order canon? Is it? If it's not, Cal Kestis would be a good one. Is there any chance that there will be a vehicle reveal at PulseCon? That sort of question, I'm in the dark as much as you are, but I would hope so. I've got a feeling that we will get a blurg at some point. I've just got this feeling that they kind of know that we need that. I think it's been brought up quite a lot, when they've been doing their like Razor Crest live streams and stuff like that. I think it's one of those things that's on the cards, which would be awesome, wouldn't it? I think everyone would want one of those. Yeah, VC 188. Yeah. Well, I told you my theory of that. I think that ARC Trooper Echo was supposed to be 188, and then they brought him forward to 176 to fill in that gap from the mistake that they made. Because he doesn't really, his number doesn't fit in anywhere else or something. But I think that's what they did, which means now we've got the gap of 188, which they need to fill in. Yeah, I've answered this one a few times. Darth Revan. So there was that figure that was supposed to be coming. It was the 30th anniversary one. Everyone kicked off saying, we don't want that figure. It's too old. And they canned it, but they'd done all the mock-up for the artwork for it. So we thought it was coming, but then they canned it. I think because that game is being re-released, rebooted, and I don't really know what they're doing to it, whether it's just going to be a straight sort of upscale or if it's going to be a completely new game. Knights of the Old Republic is coming to the PS5, right? So that's your time. That's your time for Darth Revan, isn't it? Whenever that game drops. I mean, could be a couple of years. I don't know. Do you think the TVC 1.0 prices will ever plateau? They've got to. I think. I kind of saw them plateau recently. Actually, like lockdown in a lot of places is ending. People are going back to work, less time on their hands, all that kind of stuff, and I've seen it plateau for certain figures, but then there are certain figures like, the really rare ones that have always been difficult to get. Those are just continuing to go. I think the Canadian Yoda sold for $1,250 or something for an unpunched, ungraded version, which is just absolutely, crazy. It makes me very happy that I've got that graded now. And like, if I was ever if I lost my job or something, heaven forbid, if I lost my job, then I could, I've got something that I could just get a bit of quick money for or something, but yeah, I think it has plateaued slightly for your average figures. Do you think the Emperor playset be part of it? Yes, it is. It will be, yeah. So on Saturday, I think they go on sale after the event. No, Friday, I think. And if not, it'll be Saturday. But yeah, it's that. You've got the 6-inch Cantina set, and then you've got the wolf guy from the Mandalorian, the pilot. Thank you. Evening, boss. Congrats on staple of Sunday routine. Thank you, mate. Rebels figures would be awesome. They would be, yeah, they would be. But it's, I think we've just missed it. Like if you're in Hasbro shoes, like they've got to look forward, haven't they? Going, right, what's coming? We've got Book of Boba Fett. We've got Bad Batch, which I hope we will get proper figures from, at least when season 2 drops next year. We've got Andor. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Mandalorian season 3. They've got so much to do that, and because it's the vintage collection, they've got to sprinkle in like original trilogy characters here and there, finish the 96 characters. If you're in Hasbro shoes, what do? They've got to look forward to those shows. They can't go, oh, let's go back to Rebels. They can only really do that when there's going to be a time period where there's no shows. But with Disney just bombarding, it's going to be impossible for them to keep up. So that's why I fear that the Rebels characters probably will never see them in vintage collection, or at least, as I say, unless they're in like a live action show or something, and then they've kind of got to do them, Yeah, they will. They'll be cool, and we will get them. We'll get all figures from the new series. We will get them. Tim, what are those stands you have your figures on in your cabinets? So they're like perspex razors, I think they're called. So they're like little steps like that, and you can get those from GW Acrylics, or if you're in the US, you want to contact Ian's Displays Accessories on Facebook, and they sell them. That's where I got mine. They're cool. I'd like the satchel to put Grogu in. I was hoping Friday 11 to have it, but no, I know. Yeah. Maybe if a speeder bike and Scout Trooper comes out, then maybe you'll get the satchel like they did with the Black Series. Maybe that'll happen. Right. A Montoya, 99-cent super sticker. Oh, I've never had a super sticker before. I've had super chats where they've actually said something, but that's a super sticker. I've never seen that before, but thank you. I appreciate it, my friend. It's very kind of you. Morning, Bosky. Just popping in while I'm getting ready for work. Hope you're well. Very well. Thank you, Jesse, mate. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Man, we've got 200 people watching. This is crazy. Thank you so much for turning up, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get Matt on soon to have a chat with. I said about 10 o'clock. Just to like mix it up a bit, so I've got somebody to talk to. We can both answer questions. And that's another super sticker. It's a €5 super sticker. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. It's going so quickly. I don't see these. Jedi Fallen is canon. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah. It's a good game as well. I played it all the way through. Really good game. Arc Trooper Jesse VC 188. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I think it's inevitable that we'll be getting Arc Trooper Jesse. They're not going to do the 2 and not the other one. So I would expect him probably next year sometime, I'd imagine. Shakes the Clone question: new vintage collection farm boy Luke preference, cloth tunic or molded plastic tunic, and if, when they get to making it. Man, that's putting me on the spot. I'd probably say cloth. I think there's been half decent ones of both, but I think it would have to be cloth. I think if I want it ultra accurate, you know. But that's definitely one we need, and if and when they get to making it, yeah, that's man, we do need that so badly. But again, it's like what I was saying, it's like there's so much new stuff. When do they revisit these figures that we want? And they've kind of made the rod for their own back, really, for having so many years of not doing anything. I mean, like last year, 2020 was awful, wasn't it? I mean, imagine if they'd given us what they've given us this year in terms of the amount of figures last year. If they didn't have that barren year where they thought they could just sort of, you know, almost cancel the vintage collection or whatever. We could have got a load of these out of the way, and then concentrate on the new stuff. Hey, Bossk Bounty, do you think Hasbro will do Clone Wars wave or most popular characters for next year for Attack of the Clones anniversary? I'm not sure. I do have a feeling that we will get some more figures from the Clone Wars Series 7, though. I've got a feeling that we will. I mean, one that stands out a mile is the 332nd Clone Trooper. I've been going on about him for ages because, let's face it, if they're going to keep going with that Clone Trooper mold, which they're giving us so many times over with the Bad Batch 4 pack and things like that, if they're sticking with that, then all they need to do is like get the 501st and paint the helmet orange, and that one's done. So I can see them. I can see them doing that. Whether it's next year or not, I don't know. Oh, we've got people talking to each other. Mark Simmons says, when you and other webmasters and Star Wars podcasters chat with Hasbro, do you think you have any influence on characters they select for figures or other things they produce for the Star Wars line? No, not directly from like a conversation that we're having in one of those Q&As. I don't think so. What I do think is that they look at online chatter, they read forums, they look at Instagram groups. The guys over at the SWTVC on Instagram, who've got a really good following now, they did a Star Wars bracket a few months ago where everyone was voting for different figures, and when you look at the sort of the top 25 of those figures, a lot of them have been made. Now obviously that came out way after they would have been in production because they have to be done 18 months before, but it just shows you that they're kind of on the same lines of where we are in terms of what we want. So you know, like for example, we've got an emperor now and things like that. So I don't think we directly, like, you know, if I stood there and had a conversation with one of the designers at New York Comic Con or something and said, oh, I think this, that, and the other, and all my viewers think this, that, and the other, then they might sort of note it down and remember it and then check some other data or something. But no, I think they look at the data as a whole of what the online chatter is, and of course they're governed by Lucasfilm as well. So as I say, with all these new shows and stuff, they've got to kind of toe that line. Do you think we will get a new big vehicle or a release of a big vehicle? Yeah, vehicles are strange. They seem to have put vehicles on the back burner, don't they? Really, they've gone for these play sets. They think these play sets sell a bit better, I guess. I think the problem, and I don't know 100% too much about this, but I think the problem is at retail. I think that retailers don't want to have vehicles that are over a certain amount of money on their shelves, because ultimately those stores are for like mums and stuff to find presents for their kids or kids' birthdays and all that kind of stuff. They're not really for collectors, really. I mean, that's where you go to find them. But I think they found that when they've done vehicles before, they often go to clearance quite quickly and stuff like that. So maybe it's just that, I don't know. But they've started to go around this sort of $50 playset model, haven't they, rather than vehicles, which is a bit of a shame, really. I'd love them to do the gunship again. That'd be awesome for next year, because it does go in line with the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary. So, do you think TVC cases need to be bumped up from 8p? Yeah, of course. Get 12 and, you know, start producing more figures. That's what we all want. I would love that. Right, hang on a second, guys, because I'm going to get this share. Oh, no, invite. Copy that. Send that to Matt, and then hopefully he can come in. Right, let's see what else we've got. Admiral Akbar Mush, why do we have 0 Bad Batch figures and Black Series has them all? Why does it take so long for the Vintage Collection to get new IP? Yeah. So the Bad Batch is a good example because obviously there's a group of figures there and characters. I would also say that the Vintage Collection does get things that the Black Series doesn't, which the Black Series collectors are kind of jealous of, you know. So it's not always that way around. I'll give you a great example. So sometimes it's really good to wait, because the good example here is that the Black Series did get an IG-11, but it was just a repainted IG-88, which is an inferior figure, inferior sculpt, needs updating and all that kind of stuff. Whereas we have to wait a little bit longer, but we end up getting something as amazing as this. And this is possibly one of the best figures, certainly of this year. I mean, it's got some competition because you've got Boba Fett in there and stuff, but with the Black Series, I think what you've got to realize with the Black Series is that they will always get those new characters, because that's what the Black Series is. There's no world building in the Black Series. It's just you buy a figure, you might buy 2 or 3 of the same group or whatever and stick them on the shelf. How many Cantina aliens have the Black Series got, the 6-inch line got? Hardly any. But how many of the 3 3/4 got? Virtually all of them. Yeah. So okay, not necessarily in the Vintage Collection, but they've got them. Yeah. So that's why they release these characters, because Black Series collectors either keep them in the box or they open them up and they put them on a shelf, and that's it. Whereas we want them to interact with all the other characters and the world building and vehicles and things like that. So Hasbro believe that there's a certain type of collector that collects Black Series, and there's a certain type of collector that collects the Vintage Collection. The problem is that there's definitely like a crossover, and that's what they need to sort of hit. And they've got to realize that Vintage Collection collectors will also like these new media characters, and it's just a shame that you know, at the same time, like, they've been giving us like original 96 figures, brand new Lando, that kind of stuff. So it's difficult. It's difficult. Just going to bring my friend Matt in. Hi there, buddy.
How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, how you doing?
Not bad. You're bad.
We've got 222 people watching, which is like madness.
Brilliant for a Sunday night. It's great.
So everyone in the chat probably knows Matt, but if they don't, this is Matt from Universal Collector. He's a good friend of mine. Great guy in the community. Met him a couple of times, and if you haven't subscribed to his channel, subscribe to his channel, please, because he's nearly how far are you now from 1,000?
I'm 861 or 862, so I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm not far off. So it's gone a bit crazy the past few days. I've had a bit of a boost, so which is nice. Good. Yeah. So yeah, I think doing well. Just got to be patient. So
well, hopefully some of the people in the chat will give you a solid and do you a solid and
yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah.
Give you a
I love this. Who's this Matt? Who's this? Cheeky people in the chat going. Certain people I know.
So you can help me. Like we'll still answer the questions, but I'm also going to ask Matt's opinion as well. Yeah,
Okay.
You're a big collector. You like the Black Series probably more than I do. You collect both,
Yeah,
right?
I collect TVC and Black Series and a bit of vintage as well. Not the much vintage at the moment, but yeah, TVC and Black Series. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right, let's get some question. What do you think the odds are that we'll get a Bad Batch in the retro collection form?
Oh,
I'll probably at the moment I'll probably say 0 to none, but you never know.
Yeah. They probably would look good in retro collection, wouldn't they? They're they would, by the way they're doing the next wave of Mandalorian figures. I think they'd blend in quite well. But though would Wrecker fit into that though? He's bigger, isn't he? So he'd be big like that Hulk, like that new green Hulk figure we've had, haven't we, in the Marvel? He'd be that size, maybe bigger. Yeah.
And also I think you've got to look at like the popularity of something, and like I think even there's some hardcore Star Wars fans which don't like the animation stuff.
No.
Period. That's it. They only like the films, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I think it has to be something that like everybody likes. And
Yeah.
the Mandalorian just hits that sweet spot.
It does. It's perfect at the moment. Yeah. Until the other TV series come out, then they might jump onto those. So definitely.
Yeah.
Serious in the chat.
Maybe had those Fantastic Four other arms. Who knew? You see them every week.
Yeah.
Ryan Byrne, how you doing, my friend? What do you think Hasbro will release last out of the original 96? I think it will be where it all started with Farnball Luke. I think it will be whatever figure is like the hardest and most expensive to do. That's the one you'll get last.
Yeah.
Like probably a Man or something, like, because how are they going to package him in,
Oh yeah. Will they take him from the sort of like Power of the Jedi sort of re-release or something and just make him a bit more? Is it Power of the Jedi? Yeah.
I never like to say that because I don't want to give them any ideas that a figure from 2001 is good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like as I say, like the Lando. Have you got this, Matt?
Not yet. No, I'm still waiting for Still waiting. They're not. We've seen loads of Landos in America, haven't we? All on the.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I can't. I want to get one. I do want to get one. So I'm not.
He is. He's packed 3 times in the assortment.
That's why. Yeah. So like,
which is a shame because it's a top figure. This.
Yeah.
So,
that pattern on the cape's brilliant. Yeah. Such nice, and the face is good. The sculpt.
So the fact that they've done him would suggest that a Luke or something wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility for them to do. But obviously it's got soft goods and stuff. But I think people were screaming for this guy because they released that playset and we didn't have the Lando. And it's like, well, we've got to do the Lando.
Yeah. I think they're probably one of the last 96 will probably be like Imperial Dignitary on it or something like that. But they'll actually give him hands so he can hold something. But what will he hold? What will he hold? What will he hold?
See, that's the thing. You see, you've got to like how many realistically would Simu sell compared to say Boba Fett? It's a tough one for them to do, isn't it? Because essentially they haven't got a sculpt for it. It's an all new sculpt, and then
just put one in a box. Don't put 3 like the Lando, because that'll make it horror sought after. If you get really like one in a box, make it sought after. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Mando Mike says, have all of the last 17 been made in TVC? I have my Kenneth 17, but not all TVC. No, they haven't. There's still loads.
Loads.
They haven't done the Ewoks. They haven't done Romba. They haven't done Warwick. They haven't done EV99. They haven't done. They've done Luke Stormtrooper. They've done General Lando.
Have we have never had a Luke pop up? An R2 pop up, have we? We've not really had a R2.
Not on that card back. No, we had an R2 that kind of had bits and bobs in it.
But not a real.
No,
lightsaber. Yeah.
A Man they haven't done. They haven't done the Imperial Gunner. They did one in Rogue One, but that's it's a different outfit. Very, very slightly different outfit. So
yeah.
So no, they haven't, unfortunately.
No. I'm just trying to think who else we could have as well. Yeah.
Tons of Lando in recent wave, but can't find IG at all. Yeah, so IG there was 2 IGs, 2 Emperors, 3 Landos, and 1 Tebow in the assortment. And
The
you
Tebow's
can understand them putting 1 Tebow because he's a repack.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah, but people want to army build with him, so he's great because you could say take the thing off, and you can have different weapons in his hand. You can change him around. He can be a variation of Ewok, can he? So it's great.
Yeah.
I
mean, I thought that this was going to be figure of the wave, but then this thing is just absolutely incredible figure.
I think Sean Solo's in there. I've seen his video the other day. He'd had him posing and doing a few bits as well. So it's amazing because everyone says, "Oh, you can't pose IG 11 or 88 with the Black Series one," and I've seen some great poses with the figure. I mean, I know it's really, the legs are terrible, but
that's what I'm saying. We had to wait, but we've got the definitive IG. 11 now. So I'm much happier to have waited and got that than them repainting the IG-88 from the 2007 Saga collection or wherever it was.
I saw someone the other day took the vintage blue the Yoda backpack and they put that on the IG-11 and did and did a little video with him on the speeder bike as well. They painted one up, a customized one, and looked really good. Yeah,
that's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea.
You can put the tiny little Baby Yoda in it. Perfect. Just the Black Series one
says, "What do you think is the best figure in the Mandalorian series?" So, in terms of vintage collection, well, it's between, in my opinion, it's between the first Mando. Which, when this thing first came out, I was just like, "Whoa, what a figure that is!" And I prefer that outfit to his Beskar. I like it where he's all, got all the older bits and stuff on him.
Yeah.
But then, as I say, when this IG came out, he steals it for me just because of what you can do within the paint. They just nailed it. That he holds the weapons, his hands spin. You can get him into all these different,
Yeah.
So for me, it's Mando. What about you?
I do like that Beskar Mandalorian. That one when it came with all the extra pieces as well. It came
with the child?
It came with a Cantono, and that was great. Yeah, I know some people don't like some a bit funny about the helmet, but I like it. It looks a bit battered up. I like it. Maybe it's a clean one. I think people don't like the clean one, do they? They don't like the clean Beskar one. I'm not sure about the helmet. The T-visor on it is a bit iffy, but yeah.
And he's not shiny enough, I don't think.
No. Yeah, that's the ones that need to carbonize, isn't it? They need to do him.
What's the next VC wave to be released? So that is going to be the wave with Bo-Katan, Bib Fortuna, Lobot, Queel. What a wave that is! My God,
what a wave! Yeah,
there's so many new sculpts in that wave. Bo-Katan will be new. Queel will be all new.
That's all I've had with, like, when I did the Bo-Katan review on the Black Series. Everyone's like, I just want to get the TVC one. Everyone just wants the TV. It was like the Zero, the Q90, the droid. Everyone says, I want the TVC one. That's all I get in my comments. TVC.
Yeah, well, we're taking over.
Why not? They're doing the better figures at the moment.
They are. Yeah, we've been. I say we have been spoiled recently. Dave Satine says, "Evening gents, do you think Hasbro will change the card back style to the Power of the Force, or will they stick with the current style?" Well, I always thought they'll always keep the current style, and they've done the yak face that came with the barge, and I thought a one-off that'd be quite good. But what's changed my mind is those droids cards.
The droids, yeah,
and with the gold coin, and like they've come out so well.
Yeah,
and I think people reacted really well to those. I think that maybe they could do more of those. But the thing is, the problem is that they've already given us figures that came with the coins already, like Luke Stormy. Who else we got? there's a couple from the last 17 that came with coins that we've already, General Lando, we've had him years, you know.
They could do it. They could do a Jedi wave and that form with the coins. That would be really nice. That would be some extra, wouldn't it? I like that. Yeah.
But yeah, before the droids cards, I would have said no, but now
I can't wait for those droid cards. I cannot wait for them.
I know, they're good, aren't they?
They're so good. It's nice to get the coin. I know we've had coins before, but on those vintage, it's nice. Yeah. I was so tempted to buy some custom figures, you know, like, and I said, no, I don't have to now. I can buy them. So it's great. Yeah.
There's enough freaking Ewoks already. People like the Ewoks though, and like, I quite like the Ewoks. And my son loves the Ewoks. I mean, he's already got Tebow off of me. I no longer own Tebow. He's got him. Little Bossk has got him. So I've got to wait to get another one and keep one carded so I can open them up, you know.
Yeah.
But I quite like my little army of Ewoks that I've got now. It's making me go back and getting all the ones from like the, you know, the legacy.
Oh, there's that pack as well, isn't there? Isn't there the pack from the?
There you go, Riley Bob. It just shows you there. One person doesn't want the Ewoks, and another one person does. So
yeah, we all collect differently. I see Shabby's turned up in the chat. Evening, Shabby.
Shabby's in there. Hi there, mate.
Shabby's in there. Paul's in there.
Says more TV than Black Series this year. Yeah, good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I'd stop collecting Black Series if more TVC came out. I really would. I think I would stop. So,
thing is, with Black Series this year as well is that I think they're annoying people a bit because of the amount of repaints. It's crazy, isn't it?
Credit collection. Yeah. When I saw that credit collection, the second wave come out, and I did like the first wave, and I just went, no, I'm not buying these. I'm not buying any more of these. And I sold my first wave. I sold them. I just went, that's it. You've upset me with those. I'm not buying any more, and I'm getting rid of the other ones. I've just decided. No,
I must admit, I didn't buy them either. I loved the first wave because it was something, you know.
Yeah, something different.
The credits from that show were beautiful artwork, and to create figures and card backs based on those, it was a nice thing. But I think one wave is enough.
Yes, one wave was enough.
Do it again, and the new ones, there were some really weird colours going on in those.
Blue. Where's that blue come from?
Blues and
as I said, Hasbro got a load of blue paint they want to shift. So they're like, what can we get rid of it? It's a bit. It don't look right. Blue, that blue color. No.
So I just think, like, I mean, I haven't done a count of how many new Black Series there are this year compared to Vintage Collection, but I know that we've done well this year with Vintage Collection. It's gone on leaps and bounds, which is, thank God, you know.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's my thing. I take my Black Series out and review them, but I don't with the TVC. I keep them carded, so I'd have to stop Black Series and buy two, like you do, buy two everything and then open one. So that might be a good idea. So like I do, like Nick's room with all his on the shelf. It looked quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've got all my figures loose, but they're in detolfs, but they're full now. So I need to, you know, I've had to start putting older figures that I'm not really, you know, like sequel trilogy figures and stuff like that in baggies in a thing, just so I can fit more stuff in. Because you know, when you've got IG-11 and the Mando and the Imperial Troop Transport and stuff, you want that little thing, like have a little setup, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely. So my one Sith Trooper and Sith Jet Trooper, which doesn't go with anything else that I've got, that gets put away now, unfortunately. More Quill, more Jam, more Ewok, more freaking dollars that Hasbro don't really need. Nick James ain't happy with that.
No.
Thomas Meehan, what protective case would you recommend for 3.75 Black Series and the Credit Collection Series? Well, it depends what you want, really. It's like if you want plastic, then you go for like something like Figure Shield. Yeah. They do all sorts of different sizes. Obviously, star cases for your vintage collection. But if you want, you know, acrylic, then GW Acrylics or Gonk. Is it Gonk Toys? Yeah, they do, you know, acrylic for Black Series, Credit Collection, 40th anniversaries, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, you got deflectors, DC as well, is it? Deflectors,
DC deflectors,
yeah.
Cato says my favorite Black Series this year, maybe a little odd. Yeah, but he's a decent figure, isn't he? And the vintage collection one's decent as well, Gary. So that's not an odd choice at all. I love Cato. So
yeah, definitely.
Smugglers. I feel like that about the carbonized TVC, but I've picked up the 2 Troopers. Yeah. So
I think
these came the other day from Pulse. Have you got these, Matt?
No, I've not bothered with those as well. I mean, I might get the Shore Trooper eventually, but I'm in no rush.
Because so I've got him.
Yeah.
Because I got him, then I kind of felt obliged to buy the others just from a collecting point of view.
Yeah.
But this was the only one that I was really, interested in.
Yeah.
Not the figure, not really bothered. Just the card back. So. But yeah, I'm not shy about it. When they announced them, I was like, no, I don't want any more of those.
No. At least they did it with Troopers, which is good. So, people can buy
they're going to do repaints and stuff, which I accept they have to do. I'd rather do it for something that's actually needed, like, I don't know, clones or something, different types of clones. Like, repaint the clones as many times as you want. Yeah. That's why I quite like those Gendy figures, something a bit different,
Can't wait for those as well. I can't wait for those. Yeah, I mean, a Flame Trooper, you only really need sort of like one, don't you? I guess, whatever they're going. Is it Incinerator Trooper? Sorry, you only need one. I mean, there's only one in the series. We haven't seen a regiment of them, but.
Mando Mike, 2020 we had 100 figures released. 2020, I think we're half right now for Black Series.
Oh, there's so many every month.
So is he saying that we've had less this year than we did last year for Black Series? Is that what he's saying?
You've had 100 figures released. You've had half right now. Yeah, probably. If it's half and it's October already, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm guessing.
Speaking of Little Bossk, will he be back opening his figures? So, yes, we've got loads of figures to open.
Great.
We've got loads of old figures. We've got an old Luke here because I want the poncho.
Oh yeah, that's good.
We've got an old Sand Trooper just because I think he's a cool Sand Trooper and he'll go nicely in the background.
People are going mad for Sand Troopers, aren't they? At the moment, they're just buying them up. Yeah.
But yeah, in answer to that question, yep, he'll be back helping me open some figures and robbing them off me every time. So.
Can I borrow that one for a bit?
I collect both TVC and Black Series, but buy only the figures I want.
Yeah,
that I'm missing.
Yeah, that's what I do now. That's what I do. I can't
buy
every
because you're not a completionist even with the vintage collection, are you?
No,
you miss out quite a few, don't you?
I buy the ones I like. It's Black Series now. I've just picked and choose ones I like. So, I mean, I'll show you. I picked this one up. This one came early the other day, so I've got this guy.
Nice.
Yeah, he's great. Did a little video on him, so he's really nice. So everyone thought he was a straight repaint, but he's got a new head. So they've
same body though, is it?
Same body, but they've changed the skirt slightly. They've ripped it up and they've brought his waist up as well.
Right.
So, but the horns are different. They've made the horns a lot bigger. So, yeah, which is a nice improvement.
Posters, get your posters. £7.50. Roll up. Oh, I'd love to be able to explain that to like everyone in the chat, but I don't think I can really. But anyone that knows what's going on there will know what's going on there. And it's a shame as well, actually, because when I did my finish the 96 series, the Red 5 guys helped me with some of the graphics for the
all right, yeah,
one of their posters of all the 96 figures on it.
Yeah,
and I said, oh well, I'll mention you guys in the video as well because I love your work and whatever. And I sent them to, but then all those posters were sold out. They didn't have any, and like loads of I think a few people were saying, oh, I want a poster, but I can't buy one. I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize they're out of stock.
Yeah, I got mine a Pride of Place. So I've got that one, and I've got the Book of Boba here. So yeah, it's blocking a little bit. So Gianni said to me, "Get that out of the way. You're blocking the vintage figures." I was like, no, bit of pride there, pride of place.
Do you think there is an Ewok Village playset coming with all TVC Ewoks figures released this year? That's a possibility. Like playsets are their thing at the moment, aren't they? I'm not sure if we'll get something as big as the Ewok Village. Maybe if it's like a modular thing where you buy again buy 2 or 3 of them and then it comes with clips in and you create the whole thing. I could see them doing that.
I saw a great custom a while ago. Someone did like three long trunks, and then they did like the bridge going up at like an angle, so you could actually like stack all your figures on the actual bridges going up. I thought it was a clever idea. Something like that, thinking a way of putting your figures somewhere. And then at end of each little bridge in the hut, there's a little hut on the tree, like it is with a playset. Great idea. Yeah.
And it would be a way of packing in like a Rhomba or a Warrior or something.
Something different.
That's not a bad shout, actually. That's the more I think about that, the more I think that is a possibility.
Have some baby Ewoks in baskets.
Yeah. Hi from Denmark. I'd like the scanning crew on TVC card backs as variations. Yeah, man. I love that scanning crew figure. He's good.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
My ranking: original trilogy, The Last Jedi.
Oh, right.
He's got The Last Jedi above The Mandalorian.
Oh, dear.
Deary me, mate. You need to reevaluate your life. Just kidding, mate. Each to your own.
Yeah. Everyone likes it. I like the sequel films. I get jib for it. So,
Oh, you do like them, do you?
I do like them. Yeah. I don't mind them. Yeah. I take them for what they are. Just new Star Wars. So, but
even
it's not
the milk thing and the flying layer. You like that?
I love the milk thing. I think it's funny.
Joke, you like that?
I think it's funny. My sense of humor, Tim. So I think that's funny. Yeah.
Why can't we get spoiled like Marvel Legends? They get 2-3 waves a month. I can kind of answer that because they use so many. I think retooling is. I heard it's like
the same body.
75% retooling for Marvel Legends, so they can just it's a bit like the Motu figures, isn't it? How many of those are they cranking out? Because it's the
same body.
Same body, just different accessories, different color. That's why they can do it. With Star Wars, it's such a varied property with Lando is completely different to the Mando.
Yeah.
Even though they sound the same, Mando, Lando, that they just cannot share any parts. That's why I think anyway.
That new Black Series Aura Sing is Hondo's figure. Yeah, Hondo.
Yeah.
They've taken the skirt off it and they've just changed the color and put new head on it.
Yeah, I saw that on the swoosh.
Yeah.
He did that, I think.
Yeah.
What are the posters? Yeah, ask only one. The truth. Moral of the story is: if you get given something, don't sell it.
Oh, hoppy.
Dark Trooper on TVC card would fly off the shelves. I don't think you need to worry about that one, my friend. That one will be coming. I can set my house on it.
Yeah.
I would probably say next year sometime as well.
Yeah.
And then maybe again in one of those 4-packs, sell like hotcakes.
They could do the stones, couldn't they? In a box kind of. Yeah. With that bit in the middle.
Yeah. I like your
that'd be great,
Matt. You should be working for Hasbro.
Yeah, that little round stone, the round stone and 4 troopers. Yeah, the baby Yoda sitting in it.
Someone's done a custom of that actually. I've seen it and it looks great.
They could get rid of the baby Yoda, so they got a load of still. So stick another one in. I hope they get the scale right though for TVC with that figure. I hope they do. Make him big still. They got to be fairly big.
Yeah. I've never seen someone include Caravan of Courage in their rankings of Star Wars movies.
Well, Battle of Endor's all right because it's got blurgs in it, hasn't it? So it's got blurgs. So
let's see what else we've got here. Will we see the Mando characters from the prison episode in TVC? I don't think you'll see them anytime soon. Put it that way. They've still got too many core characters to do.
They've been in one episode.
Yeah.
So they need to be on more, don't they? Really?
Yeah.
If they suddenly appear in the next series, then they probably will. But they are great characters.
Yeah, we still need, Dark Troopers, re-armored Fett. We need the other Fett in his in his Nomad, the one the Black Series is getting.
Yeah.
We need the other two Mandos that are with Bo-Katan. So there's so many that you could probably say that Hasbro got on their radar way before those guys. Although I would love them to do them, of course.
I think Bill Burr's been in 2 now, isn't he? So he's been in 2.
And he is coming to the Black Series because he said that he had his face scanned.
Yeah, he just people are just jibbing even more now. He got his own character on a because he actually takes the mick all the time. Yeah.
Battle of Endor is fun. It's basically a proof of concept for the special effects work they needed for Willow. Okay, I didn't know that. Did you know that, Matt?
No.
Wow.
No. Yeah, they say they did the stop motion blurgs and that, didn't they?
Yeah. With the random Bad Batch 4-pack we have on its way, surely we will have the actual Bad Batch at some point. I think we will. I just don't think it will happen until season 2.
Yeah.
We just won't. You probably won't even get word they're happening until season 2, unless they do some kind of pipeline reveal for that far ahead.
I guess they wanted to see how popular Bad Batch is, didn't they? They wanted to see if it was that good. People enjoyed it. I know a lot of people haven't watched it, but I've watched them. So they're all right.
Michael Page, what do you think you see in TVC first? Bad Batch or Book of Boba Fett? But Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
We'll see them first.
Although
I did think that the re-armored Fett that we were going to be getting, I did think that would be Book of Boba Fett, but they're looking at that retro collection card. That makes me think that it will be Mandalorian.
Yeah. We'll wait on it. It'll be a wait.
But it doesn't really matter really what card it's on because it's the figure, isn't it? The figure's the same in both things. So
yeah, well, isn't there rumors that the Fett armor is going to vary between episodes, isn't it? Because it might do flashbacks, jump back to different periods. So we're going to see it in random colors. We might do.
There's rumors of like stealth armor and
it's all black.
Things like that. Yeah, there was a comic cover with
I like to see a booth in Slave 1. He just puts the helmet in the armor and it's a spray booth and he just presses the color he needs and it does it and he just puts it on. That'd be so funny.
In your opinion, best Luke Skywalker? I'd go with the pilot. X-Wing pilot's a brilliant figure. But the best one for me is the Luke Jedi, which came out not so long ago. I love that figure. They've done the hood, the cloak's perfect. So that would be my choice.
We need a Dagobah Luke again. I'd love to see the Dagobah Luke re-released. I'd love that one in the X-Wing.
Yeah, with better elbows.
Yeah,
because that one with those elbows is awful.
Yeah.
He came out in that 3-pack. What's the story with some Razor Crests arriving in America? So my feelings on this is that they are, obviously they said they're going to be delayed, right? Now maybe that's because they're not going to get all of them at the same time because of all these shipping delays and the backlog of shipping things and what have you. So if some are turning up in America, they're just going to be sitting in the warehouse until they've got the majority of them before they start sending them out. Because if they did start sending them out, you could imagine what would happen, wouldn't they? You'd get people kicking off, because I'd be kicking off, going, "Where the hell's mine?
Where's mine?"
So, I think that's what it is. They're arriving, but they won't send out until they've got all of them. Yeah,
do a mass release. Yeah, send them all out at once.
I think that's the only fair way to do it as well.
Yeah, I think because it happened with the Sentinel, didn't it? I think people were getting it early, and some people were kicking off. Why I got mine?
It's not right. It's not right.
No.
Wizzy in the house, episode 100. Hi there, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, hi.
We have Lobot finally. Now we need FH7 and a medical droid next. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Medical
droid.
Well,
the FH7, to be honest, there's not much you can really do with that. I honestly believe the one from the Power of the Jedi would do.
That's brilliant. Yeah, you couldn't do any better. Yeah.
You just need to put it on that card back. Dark Trooper should be a 4-pack, 1 on card, 3 loose. Well, they'll just release it on card, and then I think people would want to army build that, obviously, because you'd want a good row of like 8 of them or whatever to be in the for Luke to take out.
We want a crushed one as well, don't we? We want a crushed one, and maybe one that's sliced as well.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
It would.
Yeah.
Chances of Visions figures. Oh man, that Ronin, I would love Ronin.
Oh yeah,
and the first episode, that would just be it for me. Like you had the Death Star droid with the minigun and Trandoshan. Oh man,
R2 with his little wooden hat on. That's great. And he's holding a staff because he's on his arms like he's got great.
But chances of them, your guess is as good as mine. Again, it's like, is it popular enough for them to do it? I'm not so sure.
I think something would get released over in Japan, like a separate figure arts or something. That's sort of him, wouldn't it? Something
because they used to do those like statues and stuff, didn't they? Of like sort of like a Vader, samurai Vader. Did they actually do figures of those as well? Did they do SH figure arts of those?
Yeah, they
Didn't they?
Yeah,
like a samurai Vader,
samurai, the Stormtrooper. You've got loads of different ones. Darth Maul. They could probably do it. Yeah, easily. Yeah. Yeah. Keep an eye out. Yeah.
What are you hoping for from the TVC Troop Builder packs? I'm hoping for a First Order Stormtrooper pack, maybe with updated helmets from The Last Jedi. Well, that I've got to be honest with you, that wouldn't be at the top of my list. Things like, as we say, Dark Troopers. I would like to see Rebel Commandos from Return of the Jedi, pack of those. The Fleet Troopers to go
Fleet
with
Troopers.
Tanti 4.
Yeah.
New Scout Troopers. What my hope is that these existing now enables them to newly sculpt figures. So because they will sell loads of more of a Scout Trooper, for example, because you're going to get more people that are going to go, right, well, I'm going to get one carded, but now I don't need to buy 10 carded figures, but instead I can buy 4 packs of 4, so I get more figures and I'll buy more.
Yeah. We could have Tusken Raiders, multiple, just anything that's multiple stuff, can't we? Gamorrean Guards, anything like that. We could just, great. Yeah. That'd probably be a bit expensive, Gamorrean Guards, but
fat. But I don't, I've got to admit, anything from the sequel trilogy is not really high up on my list at the moment. Although I'm not going to lie, some of the designs are great from them. I do quite like the First Order Stormtrooper. But they need to sort that figure out because
it wasn't very
good. The figure wasn't very good.
No, I don't think even any figure they've done, even the Hot Toys, is not very good. I mean, the people don't even buy that. So, yeah.
Oh, we've got a super chat here. Hang on.
Oh, cool.
Darth Wizzy Wizard. Thank you, mate. Congrats. Thank you, mate. And thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Tim, do you want Boba with his old armor look or the re-armored paint? You mean from the Mandalorian before he paints it, basically? Yeah, it's
Mm,
probably I think I'd probably make do with my Empire Strikes Back one in that
yeah.
case. If I had a choice, like if they said they could only make one, it would be the
Yeah.
rearmed one, because that looks so much different, all nicely.
Yeah.
It's before he ever got into any battles. That's what
It's just a
kinda
nice
looks like.
mixture, isn't it? I mean, we're going to hopefully get Cobb Vamp, so that's going to be battered armor. So that's the way to
It
get
will,
around. Yeah,
with his red jumper.
a little handkerchief around his neck. Yeah, where it is.
Polymotto and Toro Telecan both interact with the Razor Crest. Do you think we'll see them eventually? No.
No.
No. Especially Toro Callahan. I don't think you'll ever see him.
No, it wasn't very
Pelly
popular.
maybe, because she was in a couple of episodes, but again, it's
Well, you've got the Razor Crest now. They could do a rounded piece, like cardboard, or with a couple of droids. The old pit droids. That would be quite cool. Yeah. I bet Daniel will probably, if Daniel's there in the chat, he'll probably make one. I know Daniel. So.
Yeah, and it'd be bloody good as well.
Yeah.
My ranking: OT, Mando, Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker, Rogue One, Solo, Last Jedi, prequel trilogy. Oh, okay. See, I'd have the prequel trilogy ahead of the sequel trilogy, but that's just me. But then I would have Rogue One for me is right up there.
Yeah.
I love Rogue One.
Yeah. I think it is. I think the younger people do like they class the new sequels higher up.
With the Finish the 96 project, how do you think Hasbro will do the Anakin figure with ghostly spirit coloring with Aiden's face? Yeah. I think I talked about this in one of my episodes. I did mention this figure. See, I would like the Sebastian Shaw version.
Yeah, we'd think a lot of us would.
That figure doesn't come with anything else. Why not give it a changeable head with Christensen head as well?
Yeah, put both heads in. Yeah.
That's what I would personally do. The robes. I mean, Sebastian Shaw was a bigger guy than Hayden at that point, but the robes would cover that anyway, I think. So that's what I would do with that one. Repack the sail barge.
Yeah. I've obviously missed out.
Best Luke VC figure is definitely not the Dagobah landing one. His arms are longer than Shabby's. Great card back though, that one.
Yes, it is. That's probably why I want it. The card back. Yeah.
Sitting here, so I get the feeling that Nick James doesn't like anything that they're doing.
Oh dear,
he's not a happy chappy, but
no.
Can't please everyone. And Bodhi, Bays, or Krennic, 2 tubes, Scarif Troop officers. Do you think we're looking at the 10th anniversary?
It's amazing.
Oh man, like how have we not got Krennic on a card back? That is just
yeah. And 2 tubes as well. And 2 tubes as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had him in that pack, but on a card back would be nice.
But they know this. They're not, they're not sort of deaf to it. They know. But it's just, as I say, it's just like slot. Now they've made a rod for their own back. They've not given the 3 3/4 inch enough figures over the last 3 years or 5 years or whatever. They should have brought it back ages ago.
And
they're now playing catch up, and now they've got into this situation where
they're never going to.
Rebels, Rogue One, Solo, they're all going to be on the back burner now. Sequel trilogy, because they're going to be looking ahead to Mando, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So,
if this is it, we get a lull after these new series, and then there's a film coming. We've got a film that's coming in a few years.
Yeah.
There might be a lull, but then catch up. But I can't see it. just hope there's not too many characters in all these new series, which is bound to be. I mean, Andor. I mean, you think how many characters might be in that? Oh,
Troopers, yeah.
Yeah, all the Imperials and Rebels. Oh,
Razor Crest coming back ever in TV. That is maybe.
maybe.
It's not the only one. There was
No.
one. There was one in the Force Awakens. So
Yeah.
Whoa! What if Boba gets his own sail barge, yellow sails with the Mythosaur logo?
Wow.
There's rumors of a Rancor, isn't there, and things like that. So I don't like spoiling it for myself. There's channels out there that I love watching.
Yeah.
And when they post a video that's pretty much going to spoil it for me, I don't like to hear it because I want to be surprised. So you hear these little things like, oh, there's rumors of a Rancor, and there's rumors that it's going to be flashback heavy, and that he's going to be, on revenge missions and stuff like that for all the people that have annoyed him over the years. That's okay. I can handle that, but I don't want to know specifics.
Some people get really in depth, don't they? It's just just skim over the top. Just give me I don't mind just a little skim and some information, but not too much.
What TVC figure do you feel is unfairly criticized? Oh God, there's so many, isn't there? I don't know. There's loads of figures that people will pick holes in. I always found Ryu's got a bit of a bad rap.
Yeah, I like Ryu's.
The head, I think the head's a bit undersized. I think that's what people don't like about it. But I like him. He's good.
Yeah. That's another guy I'd love him to do from Solo, the one with all the eyes like Ryu's, but he's got more. Yeah, that one. He's sitting around the
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he keeps staring at him. Oh, that was a cool character. They'd missed out. We need more aliens. I know you both want aliens. We need more Quarren and all sorts.
Squidhead, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tim, Matt, are you getting the new Red Shadow Robo Skull on Kickstarter? Have you?
It's got like 20-something days still to go, so I will probably wait till near the end and then buy it, probably. So
I think I'm in the same camp as you. I'm teetering on it, but I can't afford it right now. But I want to try and, it looks.
It's not a bad price. It's not a bad price.
I was quite shocked at how reasonable it was, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the thing that puts me off is the weight.
Yeah, the weight is 23, isn't it? May 23, wasn't it?
And these things Kickstarters always get delayed a little bit.
Yes.
It seems like a long time.
Could be longer. It could be longer. And then you put whatever you pay with your card, and my card's probably going to run out of date by then. So I'll have to go in and update the card details, the date. You're like, oh, I was thinking, is it worth waiting to see if someone buys a load and then sells them on their website? Like Kapow or someone, because they do that quite often. They buy a lot of stuff like the Action Force. I might just wait, but there might be more money then. But at least you can get it straight in without, because there's the shipping cost as well. How
much did it work out to be? Like if you just bought one with the figure,
160, and then it's it's 37 quid.
I think that's an absolute bargain. But but on the other hand, I just think they had to be careful with how much they priced it at. Because ultimately, if it got nearer, say 250, you could go, well, I'll just go and buy myself the original one.
Yes, that's the
thing. You know what I mean? So, because if you gave me a choice, I'd want the original one, but I'm not going to spend £300 on the original one. So
no.
But if so, I think they've done themselves a favour there by pricing it the way they have.
Well, it was made in 100 minutes, wasn't it? It was done in 100 minutes. You don't see that. So how good the price was. So
it was reasonable.
Yeah.
I had to buy a Snoke to slice, and I'd buy several Dark Troopers to slice up.
Good one.
D-sub from Disney Plus because we got 0 Star Wars content for 6 months. Watcher, hack stream, folks.
All right.
Right.
Grey Jedi.
I'm behind on the chat again now.
That's all right. Yeah, you can see a lot of people saying, so I can see it going hello and stuff.
Rasta Gideon. Amanda, Karen's and congratulations. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing them. 101
Yeah.
next week. Absolutely. Yeah, keep doing them. I enjoy doing them.
I know. It's a lot of work you put into them. So it takes you, I guess, a few days to sort it and go through it all.
I tell you what, though, it's just gone so quick, hasn't it? Like, that's like 100 weeks. And I missed, I think I missed 1 week, maybe 2, where I was busy. That's a long time. It's a long time. It's over 2 years, isn't it?
Yeah, you kept it up, haven't you? It's great for some, keep going, doing it.
It shows how quickly the time goes when you're having fun. Yes. I have to go. Have a good night. Thanks for everything. Congrats, going 100 episodes. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening and what have you. Jonathan Rembrand is conflicted on the Robo Skull. Looks awesome, but the price seems too good to be true. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was shocked at how cheap it was. But I as I say, it's the weight for me. That's, as I said, it's the weight. Yeah. Like, if they said end of 2022, I would have been on it 100%. But when they said 2023, did they actually say when in 2023? I
think it was May or March. Was it March or May? Right. I think it was May 5 to 20. Yeah, 5
You're talking 18 months, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
And there might be a delay, which often there is.
There's bound to be a delay. Right. There's bound to be a delay. But they did. Have you seen that? I've seen a picture of a guy holding one.
Yeah, they got the prototype, haven't they?
Yeah, it looks nice. It's big ship. It's not as big as the Black Series TIE Fighter, because that was the worry. Everyone was like, oh, is it going to be that big? But it's not, because it's got to fit both scales in the cockpit, which is a really clever idea. I thought that's such a clever idea, putting 2 different size seats inside.
Yeah,
you could do that. You could do that with so many vehicles.
Yeah, that was yeah. Sorry to go. Glad to support your channel. Final question: what TVC figure do you think isn't talked about as much as it should?
TVC figure. Do you think it should be talked about?
That's the game. It's difficult.
Yeah.
There's so many of them now that they all get forgotten about, don't they?
Yeah.
Because you're always getting something new. I'm looking around. Akbar. I love the Akbar figure. Some people don't like the Akbar figure, but I think the Akbar figure is brilliant.
I like.
There's one.
Yeah.
And he's a classic character. I think they've done him really well. I think he's on point. So
I like some of the pod racing or Ben Quadraneros. People hate that figure.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those.
No, I did think you were. He's great.
Thank you, Saucy Boy Studios. Yeah, he's a channel member, so I appreciate that, buddy. You know, thank you so much, mate. And have a good evening.
Yeah.
G-Force. How you doing, G-Force?
Yeah, mate.
This year has flown by, it has. And Gary Wallace, massive support of the channel. Thank you so much.
Yes, Gary.
Super sticker. People do these super stickers.
Yeah, cool, isn't
I've never had a super sticker. I'd had super chats. I've never had a super sticker. I've had 3 super stickers tonight. No?
They're good, aren't they? So you don't have to. I give you a question. You've got to. It's just nice support.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. I appreciate that, mate. And he's a Patreon supporter of mine as well. I'm sure he is of lots of other people's channels as well. He's one of those guys that is he's like Gary Moore. He's a massive supporter of everyone.
Oh yeah, Gary. Yeah.
Do you think they could be saving Krennic for an Andor card back? Yeah, would Krennic be in? Would he be in Andor? It's a prequel, isn't it?
It would be.
They do it Andor, isn't it? Whether it's going to center on him and what he does,
yeah,
or part of it ventures off into like the Imperial, and that kind of stuff, and the creation of the Death Star and whatever.
I think it's just going to be him on missions, isn't it? Doing stuff just before see some of the real nasty things you have to do.
Yeah, it's going to focus on that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he said, didn't he? Like, you don't know what I've had to do and all this kind of stuff.
Maybe he's the guy that goes in and gets the jobs done that no one else wants to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'd be cool.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see bits of the UK filmed, especially like sort of near Blackpool, isn't it? On the beach.
Well, I'm gonna answer this guy's question because he keeps asking it. Right, Frisky Flipper. Right, have you received the 12 figures from the fans? He knows I haven't because nobody has. Right,
No one has.
but if you follow their face, they have nothing to do with me. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you follow their Facebook group, they're showing pictures of them, production, painted. They're showing you updates, weekly updates now, and I'm sure they're coming. And I'm confident they're coming. So there you go. That's all I can say on that.
Yeah, that's all you can say.
Got to go. Awesome stream once again. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it, man. Good evening.
Yeah.
See what we got. Tim and Matt. What are your favorite lightsabers, Jedi and Sith? Mine is Kylo Ren because it protects my hands when we battle with the little ones. Yeah, you got a rogue slice.
Yeah. Oh, mine's behind me actually. So.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I've got the Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker one. Original. This is the original Master Replicas one. So yeah.
Is that before Hasbro took it over?
Yeah. This is that Force FX, the original one. Yeah. It's had a bit of work done to it because these tubes, there's a filter inside. They start going yellow. So I stripped this thing down, and it's not fun taking this apart. But this has got a light. You can't really see it, but it's got a silver glint to it. It's got this new.
I can see. Yeah,
it's got a new foil in. It's got a new foil. You have to buy it. A lot of these people that do these fencing, the saber training people, they put it in theirs when they do it. So, right. It was fun. I'm so happy I put it back together because it looked hideous. I bought it really cheap. It's just a yellow strip one. I was like, oh, wonder if I can break it apart, and I did, which was not fun. So. Putting all the electrics back in.
I think if I was ever, I don't own any of the lightsabers, but if I got one, I'd want the green Luke one from Return.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. Yeah, that's
expensive. It's quite expensive on the secondary market now. That.
Oh yeah, that Obi-Wan Kenobi one's like, that's one of the brightest blues that they did. Really good one. And then Hasbro took over, and well,
are they worse? Were they or just
some people say Hasbro's the sound is not as good as the FX. That's what a lot of people. But Hasbro like bumped the price up to extortionate price now, haven't they, with these sabers? So
they were cheaper when they were master replicas, were they?
Yeah. I remember when these were quite accessible. You could go and.
Were they licensed? Did the master replica have the light? Was it called like Luke's? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was Force. Yeah. FX. Right. They made quite a lot of stuff. Master replica. They made a lot of the guns.
Right.
A lot they started making some models as well. They made the gunship and it was nice. Again, a gunship and all sorts of vehicles as well. Gunship? Yeah. They made a Republic. Awesome. Yeah. And then the license, they didn't renew the license and they lost it. And Hasbro jumped in.
Yeah. Because I know you can buy like custom ones, can't you? Like NeoPixel.
That's where everyone.
Which have like different, like some of them even like change color the blades.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where everyone goes now. You want your own decent, really good when you go to these custom saber people. That's
like
where you get
sabers and things like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got to wait a while. I mean, some of them. You can actually design your hilt and they'll design it for you, which is nice. So you can have your own custom one. So.
Imagine if they re-released the Geonosis Arena in Vintage Collection for 20 years.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Sometimes you can pick that up quite cheap one. You look for it on eBay sometimes.
Yeah. The modal nodes. How you doing, my friend?
Hey,
what are you guys expecting to be revealed for TVC at PulseCon? Well, we don't really, nobody really knows. But
no,
I think, as somebody said earlier, I think hopefully we'll see the playset, the Navarro playset. Hopefully we'll see what that looks like.
That'd be nice.
We'll see what the Rancor looks like in the Black Series HasLab. I think we'll see that. That'll get launched.
Yeah, definitely.
But I have, like, as I say, I've heard a few little rumors that vintage collection people will not be disappointed.
No,
So we will see, we'll see some reveal. We will see some future reveals. Whether we actually see them or pipelines or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They usually do a mix of the two, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. If we do get the blag, it'll be a nice little treat, but wait and see.
Left Coast, they did not lose the license. It was taken away. Oh, right. There you go. You stand corrected, Matt, from Mr. Left Coast.
Oh, they did not lose the license. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's taken away, apparently.
Oh, just taken away. Oh.
Hi, Miles. How you doing, my friend? I guess the red crystals at Disney World from making your own saber have some black crystals for the dark saber. It's a rare find if you get a black crystal. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when you buy the red kyber crystals, some of them have blacks. Yeah, I've heard that. Again, it's another place where you can make your own lightsaber. Oh, the chat's jumped again.
Yeah, it does that, doesn't it?
Will Bossk put his Star Wars room up on Airbnb? There wouldn't be enough room to get a bed in here, mate, to be honest. It's a small room. Does Universal Collector have the Zero droid?
Yeah.
For its channel
for my
logo.
Yeah, it's my logo. It is my logo. Yeah. It's like
and you recently got that figure to review, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I've reviewed that figure. So,
question from Matt: do you think the fire spray is better than the Razor Crest?
What, that lovely vintage collection ship? I can't see it over there, can you? It's there. There it is.
Yeah.
I probably have
the slave one.
Yes. I'd have to say yes. I do prefer the slave one. What's going on there? Getting a bit of echo.
Oh, what happened there? We've lost you, Matt.
Oh.
Ed5. Question. I have a question. Go for it, Ed5. Smuggler's Canyon. Oh, what's happened to Matt?
My camera suddenly died.
There he is. Smuggler's Canyon says Crystal Skull or Last Jedi. Well, you'll say The Last Jedi, right? Because you like The Last Jedi. Yeah. Can you hear me, Matt?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just sorry. My camera has just decided to conk out, I think. So I think it's overheated. So I'm just trying to... Hopefully it will bring back the old one. Oh. I can.
Please give us a vintage patrol G back. Yeah, we need that. Oh, we'll get Matt back in a minute. Leave the stream, Wokelord 229. The fans have spoken. Any word if Hasbro's making a booklet for the Hasbro Razor Crest? I don't think they are. No, I think they would have announced it. I think the crest was like a special thing because it's the first one, and now it's becoming like the norm. So they probably become less special as they go on. That's what I heard about Master Replicas. Oh, okay. Lawrence George says, why do you block? Why do I think the Black Series has had limited review? I don't know. The Black Series is a weird one this year, isn't it? Hi there, Matt. The Black Series is weird this year. It's definitely had a lot of repaints. That's the thing with the Black Series. It's often about the new characters. They get the new things out. So they got the Bad Batch out. So then once that's out of the way, what are they going to do? you know, they can't give you some obscure Cantina alien. They'll give you Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan or whatever, because that's a specific scene. But you know, will you get all the others from the Cantina? You know, you probably not. So the Black Series gives you the new characters. That's how it is. So
yeah.
Until the Book of Boba Fett comes out, you may not see any new characters, and to fill the void, they'll do repaints.
Repaints. Yeah.
Bossk, did you frame those Death Star figures? Will there be a video? Death Star figures. Death Star figures. You'll have to remind me what you mean, mate. Sorry. Did you frame those Death Star figures? Will there be a video? I'm not too sure what you mean, mate. You'll have to let me know what you mean. Do you have a wildest dream figure, something you know will never get made, but you can dream? Mine is Plo Koon from the Misdirection Mandalorian concept art of him saving Grogu. I'd even buy Black Series. That's right. It was going to be him originally, wasn't it? Yeah. What about you, Matt? Is there a figure that you really want in any scale that you just think that they'll never do?
So there was a. I'm trying to think of them. There was a droid. There was a droid I was after. I know there was a droid. I wanted. I'm trying to think which one it is now. I'd have to. Oh, they'll probably come to me later on. So, actually, I probably no. They've done that. No, I want a Gonk droid, but that's Black Series. So,
right.
I'm trying to think of what
it would be good in Black Series. Actually, a bigger version.
Yeah. We need a Gonk droid in Black Series. I know. Ula be nice. Yeah, Ula.
Yeah, would they ever do her because she's a bit skimpily dressed, isn't she?
Yes, yeah.
In Black Series, I think with the Rancor they've got, they should do her, really.
They should. Yeah.
What astromech droids would you like to see in the TVC? R2D2 and R5D4 have been around forever, but I'd like to see some more, like R5P17 and the new mold BB-8. Yeah, absolutely. The one I want is the one that comes with him.
Yes, yeah.
That's the one we need. And I don't think anyone really knows his name, I think. But
did they show a picture today of it? Someone, I saw a picture of the back of the X-Wing, and they're saying it's a red-bodied.
Yeah, he's a red body, and the head is very much like R2D2. Customs for the kid. If you follow him on Instagram, he's done a really good custom of it. And then I think either Andy from the Holo Chronicles or Gary Moore on Twitter, they posted a picture of the set that you can get from the Disney parks, the one that comes with the different colored droid from Rebels. What's his name from Rebels? Chopper. There's a different colored one of him, like a greeny and cream one. That set comes with a red droid with the thing, and everyone's saying that is the nearest thing you're going to get to Antot Merrick's droid. So that's what I'd want, that one. If we get TVC Anakin, he needs both. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Absolutely, yeah. Switchable heads. Okay. Right. Dash Rendar in Guri and TVC, or Guri in TVC. Hi Neil, how you doing, friend? Good to see you, buddy. I'd love a few more Niktos in the TMV. Yeah. I mean, the first episode of Mando with IG-11, you've got all those green Niktos and stuff. That'd be awesome. Bossk, I was referring to the Death Star that came in the big cardboard carrier with 12 figures. Do you know what he's talking about?
The cardboard carrier. Oh, your big one you bought.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
The exclusive Death Star set with the revenge cards. Was I going to get it framed? No. So in the end, that box was like not as in good condition as I'd want it to be. So yeah, I've taken the mini cards out of that now. And one of the figures had a dented bubble and stuff, so it's just a bit of a nightmare in the end, really.
Yeah.
Not good enough to frame, that's for sure. Yeah. Ula's only chance is a Rancor add-on. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, she's been made in 3.75, decent one. She came in a is it that Jabba's Throne set TVC? Really good version of her in that.
Oh right, okay.
Much better than the one you get in the Power of the Force.
Yeah, you get a Salacious with, don't you?
Yeah. The amount of backlash with Slave Leia only released with the Rancor in Black Series, 100%.
Yeah, I just don't think we're going to get a Black Series Leia. I don't think we ever will.
No. Do you think we'll get another Vintage Collection Gaming Greats wave, and what would you like to see in it? Yeah, well, I think we will.
Yeah.
And I think it will probably go along the lines that the Black Series has gone again. You'll probably get the Stormtrooper Commander, is it, or Commando, the blue and white one.
Yeah.
You'll probably get him. It'll always be a repaint for those. So don't expect to get Cal Kestis, for example, in that line. He'll be main line, and then there'll be other ones in the Gaming Greats.
Well, they could do some of the rebels from the Gaming Greats. Would be nice characters, and the Endor soldiers would be a really good idea.
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be great.
Mm.
And you could have variations on that, can't you? So you can put the big bazooka, and they could just put any Greedo, any alien in that costume as well.
Yeah. And then Rev. Unfortunately, we haven't got a good enough Revan like because the Black Series have done Revan in the Gaming Greats, haven't they? So
yeah.
Hi, John Baldry. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, John.
Good to see you here. What could be a good alternative to carbonized figures, i.e., not just repaints, but almost like a deluxe kind of figure? Well, as I said, I like what they did with the. They did something a bit different. They're all repaints, but those 2D Gendy figures.
Yeah,
I like those. That's something a bit different. It's a good way of repainting figures and saying, "Here you go, have these." And I'm not. I'd much rather have something because I can do something with those. I can't really do anything with a shiny gold Shore Trooper. That's my problem with them. I'm never going to open those figures or do anything with them. They're just. And also, I actually don't think, especially with Moff Gideon, there isn't really a lot of difference.
No.
Side by side, there is not a lot of difference. They're not as shy, So I don't really see the point in them, to be honest. No. But do you think they'll make a Jango Fett using? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
One thing you can 100% be sure of is that they will get their mileage out of that Fett figure. They're putting him in the droids line, perfect for it.
Yeah.
Wherever else they can use parts of that figure, they will, because it would have cost a lot of money to do that Fett.
Yeah.
All the different points. I think somebody told me how many different paint applications it had, which is like something ridiculous. So for them to do that figure, it would have cost them a lot of money. So they will want to get their return on investment with that figure. And I've got no doubt that it will probably be used for that one that's coming out, the Death Watch Mando that's been pipelined. A lot of the parts will be used for that. So
perfect. Yeah.
Carbonized looks good with combat assault tank. Figures like the deluxe Mando from last year with extra accessories. Does anybody like carbonized? I don't think they do. And only once I'd seen more of these Gendy figures than the bloody retro Mando stuff. At least the Gendy figures were done in modern realistic.
Yeah. I just wish they'd just make that retro sticker smaller. Just make it smaller.
Yeah.
Come on. It's ruining the picture. That's why we collect them, for the art, for the card back, the art, and they're just ruining it.
If you gave me a choice and said, look, the retro collection goes away and every single penny that they've put into those figures goes into the vintage collection, I would go, yep, 100%. But they're doing them. If they are doing them, then I prefer what they're doing with like Mando figures rather than before. I don't need another Leia, Luke. I've got those.
Yeah.
Got them, in my original figures, and anyone that wants them can go and get them. They might not be able to get like a mint example, but I quite like the fact that if they're going to do retro, that they're doing it the way they are.
Yeah, definitely.
Ed, I can't see them, mate. They're not in the chat.
No.
I cannot see your questions come up. Oh no, here we go. I've found one.
Oh.
Do you think that Dash Rendor or any other Shadows figures are now they are doing gaming greats? Yeah, well, as I said before, like the gaming greats are always going to be repaints. I think that's how that line is being treated. So unless there's a figure that looks like the figure that you want, that they can just, change a little bit or paint differently or whatever, then the answer will be no. Unfortunately, they will never do a brand newly sculpted figure in the gaming greats. It's just not how they work. Unfortunately,
just reuse. Yeah,
they reuse parts and stuff like that. Okay, we need extra accessories like the Legends or Saga lines had, background pieces or scene enhancements. Yeah, we do, and we won't get those in the vintage collection because of the bubble size. But this is where I like those like 2-packs and stuff. The scanning crew pack or whatever were cool. I think they need to do more stuff like that with the little cargo crates and that kind of stuff.
Those accessories are so popular. Yeah, we need more. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Mando cards, but not the style of figures. Too much. A few, fair enough, but not waves upon waves.
No, they need to. Can't keep going making retro collection forever. They got to stop it at some point and just.
Yeah,
they're sitting on the shelves now. The Mandalorian figures are just sitting there on the shelves. I mean, I've been the weekend when the supermarkets are just sitting there and no one's buying them.
They mass produce those. They make more of them than they do because they think that they appeal to a wider audience. I think so. You've got people like us that will buy them, but then kids might do as well, and they're not going to like. A kid will break this in 5 minutes.
Definitely, yeah.
Right. So these figures, they're a collector focused line, and I think the retro collection, they can put them out in stores on the pegs. A kid might see it. Oh, the Mandalorian, I love that.
Yeah.
And then they get that figure, and it's got 5 points, and they're never going to break it. Just like we had when we were a kid. Parents are going to buy them and go, oh, we had those when we were little, and they're doing Mandalorian ones. We'll get them for little Johnny for his birthday or whatever. So I just think there's more of a market for them. They sell, they think that they can sell more of them. I think they just produce them. They must sell well, otherwise they wouldn't have carried it on.
I think they've sent too many over to the UK, probably not enough to spread it around. Let's say America, they've gone, haven't they? They've vanished.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, we have got a lot of them.
We've got a lot of them over here.
Justin Welch says E-Web Mando 2 Stormtroopers.
Oh yeah, E-Web.
I'd love the E-Web cannon. I was on Star Wars Santa's channel the other day, actually, and we were talking about the E-Web cannon, because if they're giving us that Navarro playset, we've got all the figures, we've got the troop transport, the thing you're missing is the E-Web cannon and the speeder bike for IG-11.
I'm sure they could retrofit the web with cannon we've had before. So it's not hard. Just put a base on it that hovers. That's all you got to do. So you could just use the same vintage one, even just use that one.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Right, we are at exactly 2 hours. We've still got 185 people watching. I hate ending the stream when we've got that many people watching, but we have been going 2 hours, and I'm loving talking to you, Matt, and I'm loving talking to people in the chat.
That's great.
I think we do need to end it at some point.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I do have work tomorrow as well. So.
I do as well. I've got to be up at 10 to 6, so I'll be off to work. Yeah.
So I appreciate you joining me, mate.
That's all right.
Everybody in the chat, subscribe to Matt's channel, Universal Collector. Let me see if just hang on in the chat.
Someone put a link in the chat. Yeah,
I will put a link in the chat here.
Can I give you, Sarah, a bit of a plug as well? Do you mind?
You can, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So as well, I host a stream on my channel, which is Universal Shabby Reviews, and it has me, it has Tez from Roland's Reviews, and Shabby, he's been in the chat, and we just talk for 2 hours on a Friday about figures, general chit chat, have a laugh, so we don't take ourselves too seriously. We've had Tim on, we've had Nick on, we have people from all over, from people from America, all collectors, retro games, films. So yeah, it's great. We have a bit of a laugh. So
yeah, it's a great. Every Friday I watch it, mate. You know I do. And then when I'm not watching it, I'm on it having a laugh.
Yeah, you're on it. Yeah, yeah. We had you and Nick on a couple of weeks ago, which is great. Yeah. We always get all the collectors. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, yeah.
And so I've put the link to your channel in there, but of course,
thank you.
You've got Shabby and Tez on there as well.
Yeah, Shabby and Tez. If you go on my channel, you go into the stream, there's the links for their channels as well. So yeah.
Let's get Matt to 1,000. You're nearly there, mate.
Thank you. Yeah,
thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. This has been awesome doing the live show. We will do more live streams in the future. As, because everyone seems
I love these. Great. Yeah, enjoyed this.
Thanks everybody.
Thanks everyone.
We'll see you on the next one.
Cheerio.